chimpanzees in our auction. Good evening, and thanks for joining us. If we haven't met before, I'm Yolanda, Pawsitive Alliance's co-founder. Tonight I'm hosting Pawsitive Alliance's 15th birthday party to celebrate the past 15 years of saving lives and kick off the next 15 years of helping animals in need and the people who love them. And we can only accomplish that with your support. It definitely takes a village. So if you're just joining us, I've shared with some folks just who are signing on early that I am going to be toasting here shortly using our Why Not Me Pets white wine. We also have a rosé and a couple of reds for sale, thanks to Northwest Cellars who made these cute labels for us. And if you do choose to order some of those wines, maybe for the holidays, or they make great gifts for the people that have everything. I think they could always use a bottle of wine helping animals in need. We do get a percentage of each purchase from every bottle of wine sold. Just make sure you put Pawsitive Alliance labeled wines in the memo box, and the Pawsitive Alliance labeled wines. Then they know that it's going to support Pawsitive Alliance. As we're getting settled into, make sure you wander over to our auction website. I've got my chat box open here next to me. Thanks, Teresa, for the Northwest Cellars information. Teresa is also going to be adding the charity auction website that you can navigate to. That's where you can bid on the virtual tour of the chimpanzees tonight, which was generously procured and donated through the generosity, of course, at Chimpanzee Sanctuary Northwest, but also their board member, Martha Faulkner, which is a huge supporter of animals. Martha has helped with so many animal efforts over the years, including being a sponsor of Pawsitive Alliance through her real estate efforts and showing up to events as a donor, as a volunteer. She's also really engaged in Greyhound pet rescue. So thank you, Martha, for all you do. And let's see, I'm just getting notice that you might not see me here for a moment. We're just tinkering around with some of the technology, but that's okay. I'm still here. And thanks to Perry, the man behind the scenes helping us run things tonight. Couldn't do this without you, Perry. And thanks to everybody who helped put this event together. It definitely takes a team of dedicated, compassionate people. So thank you for all your hard work. If anybody's ever worked on an auction before, you know all those pieces that go into it. So it's a great time too to highlight a couple of the auction items. I also have behind me this Mariners jersey. You might be wondering why. Well, I don't know if you can see it there. Try to get out of the way, move left, move right. It is actually signed but by one of the Mariners players, Kyle Lewis, who's up for Rookie of the Year. And this was generously donated by Jill and Scott Service. You might recognize this name as Scott is the manager of the Mariners. And we've been working with his wife, Jill, since the early spring to plan some events with the Mariners, including an adoption event at the stadium. How awesome would that be? And featuring Why Not Me Pets at Bark in the Park games. So fortunately, COVID kind of changed some of our plans, as with everybody has experienced this year, but we really hope to continue this partnership in the 2021 season. And on that note, Jill and Scott also donated a once-in-a-lifetime chance to experience Major League Baseball, including a tour of the Mariners locker room. It also includes a chance to experience batting practice and tickets to an evening home game in section 129, which is right behind home plate. And this package is good for the winner and 3 friends for the 2021 season. And look forward to the day that we can all hang out together again safely. And just one other thing to highlight in the auction is thanks to our longtime supporter, Karen Melskog, we have some pretty awesome Husky items in the auction this evening. The package includes a couple of packages, actually, some really, I like to say, possum Husky gear, and the auction winners will be decked out in purple, very appropriate. There's a bunch of homemade fleece blankets in the auction also, and that'll keep folks cozy at all these outdoor sports and also getting ready for the colder days ahead of us. And You might be hearing my clock chime in the background. It said a few minutes early. We're getting closer to 6 p.m. We are going to queue up our celebration video at 5:57. It does run twice for you early birds. You get to enjoy it twice. It's a 3-minute video. We're just going to run it twice as people settle in. It's a good overview of Pawsitive Alliance's efforts over the years. It's going to take you through time starting, I think the first image is from 2009. We started in 2005, but not everybody had these little gizmos like we do now. And so we don't have such high quality images to show folks this evening. But we did our first adoption event in 2005. We called it All Dogs Day. It was held out in Duval, and it was, I still remember it. We learned a lot. It was really rewarding, and we've just grown every year since then. And we've worked with, don't know the count anymore, but over 100 different rescues and shelters in Washington since we started in 2005. So we'll go over a lot of those highlights with you all shortly. And again, now's a great time before we cue up the video, the celebration video, to grab your beverage. Go over to the auction page. You can get into the chat box. Teresa, our executive director, is posting the auction link there, and make sure you register. And the auction is going live soon, and you can peruse the items, and then you'll get a notice, or once the page is live, you can start your bidding. So you might need to refresh your auction web page once it goes live. The website probably won't do that automatically for you. So yeah, we are recording now, and we're about ready to play that celebration video. If you do have any questions or any comments, please use the chat box. You'll want to set, it's next to me, that's why I'm looking this way. You'll want to set it to all panelists and attendees if you want it to be something everybody sees, or if you want it to just be to me, then I probably won't see it, honestly, because I'm going to be engaging with you guys. But Teresa, our executive director, is an attendee in Zoom, and she will be responding to questions. So please register, and we're going to get started and enjoy the evening, enjoy the show. So I'm going to hand it over to Perry, who's going to cue up the video for us. Again, sit back. You'll enjoy it twice, and we're going to dive on in and have a fun time together tonight.
Welcome to the virtual auction for a positive future. We greatly appreciate you attending this virtual kickoff happy hour. Thank you for supporting the work that we are doing to ensure a healthy and happy home for every dog and cat in Washington. Your support will make a difference for pets and people across the state.
Thanks, Teresa, for kicking off our 15th birthday celebration. I'm Yolanda Morris. I'm one of Pawsitive Alliance's co-founders. I also served on the board of directors, and I currently serve on the advisory council. And joining me this evening is Summer. She is one of our available Why Not Me pets. And I have her bio next to me that I'd like to read just a couple points off of to introduce you to her. Summer, she's about 3 years old. She's available for adoption at Greyhound Pets, Inc. Summer is originally from South Korea. It says she's loving life here in America. Only thing that would make it better would be getting adopted by a new family. So she loves her people. She loves to play ball and zoomies around the yard. And all she needs now is a loving home. So please go to our available Why Not Me Pets page soon and read more about Summer. We started Pawsitive Alliance back in 2005 to aid the thousands of cats and dogs who were becoming homeless each year. And sadly, many of them were being euthanized due to space. Over the past 15 years, we have seen a lot of positive changes here in Washington. Many more people are adopting. There's a high demand for affordable spay and neuter services. However, we are far from our finish line of a vision for a healthy and happy home for every cat and dog in Washington. But we are making progress and can continue to do so over the next 15 years with your support. I'm honored to be the host this evening as we celebrate the more than 8,000 cats and dogs adopted through our programs, over 300 of whom were harder to adopt cats and dogs, aided through our Why Not Me Pets program, like Summer here. We are also celebrating the thousands of spay and neuter surgeries we have provided, and saying cheers to the thousands of cats and dogs who are cozied up right now this evening in the comfort of their own homes like we are, with people who love them, thanks to our pet retention efforts. Typically, we would be inviting you to our in-person gala this fall, which is our largest fundraiser of the year. But of course, due to COVID, we are unable to gather in person together. But we're so glad we can be here together tonight to celebrate all that's been accomplished and raise the necessary funds to continue these vital programs. Between tonight's event and our online auction, which kicks off this evening and runs through the 18th, our goal is to raise $25,000 to keep our program strong. As you enjoy the feel-good stories this evening and learn more about our programs and activities to help vulnerable pets and the people who love them, we hope you are inspired to donate to one of our programs that speaks to you, be it adoption, spay neuter, or pet retention. You can make a specific donation to any one of those programs, or general support is always welcome also. And please don't forget to bid in our online auction, which kicks off this evening. If you have any questions or comments for us this evening, our Executive Director, Teresa, will be watching the Zoom chat and the Facebook Live comments thread. We will also be posting the auction link to those two places throughout our time together. And you can always refer to our website for more information. That's pawsitivealliance.org. So please raise your glass with me. I am enjoying our Why Not Me White. And let's say cheers to 15 years and 15 more years with your support. To give you an overview of our mission and action across Washington, we'd like to share some footage of our programs.
Because of Pawsitive Alliance, we've been able to do a couple of these where we send our cats over on the west side. We've seen significant reduction in our cat colonies there, but we still have a long ways to go. So.
We're preventing them from having to be trapped and euthanized by spaying and neutering, and just trying to have an impact on the population in a positive way.
As you may be aware, we had many new exciting things planned for 2020 in addition to our most beloved events. For the first time, we had planned to host an adoption event in Spokane. Luckily, our venue, Pints Ale House, is dedicated to hosting this event, and we will reschedule it for 2021. We had also planned for a new exciting partnership with Friends of Lake Sammamish to be part of their gigantic Walk and Wag event. This walkathon and festival had been missing the adoption component, so 2020 was to be the debut of Pets in the Park. With over 1,000 attendees in 2019, this is a not-to-miss festival featuring live music, a beer garden, agility demos, and much, much more. Keep your eye out for this event on the last Sunday in April.
Our adoption events are so much fun to attend, either as an adopter or as a volunteer. We truly are a volunteer-driven organization, relying on volunteer time and talent to pull off these big adoption events. They usually run about 3 hours, and we help 50 to 100 animals get adopted. We even ran an adoption event over in Yakima a few years ago that helped nearly 200 animals get adopted in the span of a weekend. So before we move on, I want to introduce you to this little guy behind me, little gal, I should say. This is Rush. She's up for adoption at Pawsitive Safe Haven. Says she's a daring kitty who loves to play hide and seek, but she also loves to snuggle with people and will enjoy a nap on your lap or at your feet. So I'd love to introduce you to Karen Melskog. She is one of our longtime volunteers, and she also donated some UW Husky items to our auction, so check those out. And she recorded this video to tell her story of what it has been like to volunteer for Pawsitive Alliance.
Karen Melskog. I have volunteered with Pawsitive Alliance, I think, since 2012, because I adopted my dog Chaka from an adoption event, the Christmas Canine Extravaganza in 2011. And so I started volunteering a year after that. Mainly because I was really impressed with the work that Pawsitive Alliance does to bring pets from the eastern part of the state to the western part of the state where they have a higher likelihood of being adopted. And that's how I got my dog Chaka. And I thought that was just so, so important and an effective way to help ease the overpopulation problem in the state of Washington. But then as I volunteered, I learned more and more about the organization, and I learned that they do way more than that. They do spay-neuter clinics, they hold workshops, they help with pet retention, and now they are putting their efforts towards medical care and low-cost veterinary care for low-income people, which will help keep pets with more families. And that's just so important in this time when we don't want the shelters to get overcrowded. So I really believe in the mission of Pawsitive Alliance, and that's why I volunteer.
In addition to these large adoption events, Pawsitive Alliance hosts an annual shelter open house to encourage people to visit our shelter allies across the state. This year, we have revamped Shelter Open House for 2020 and will be holding it as a month-long event in December. Since all of our allies have gone to adoption by appointment models, we thought it was only appropriate to bring in our rescue partners as well. Last year's event saw over 400 adoptions, and we hope that this year's event brings many more as we expand the duration and number of participants. If you are looking for a new four-legged friend, Shelter Open House will be a great opportunity to find him or her. With all our new allies across the state, this year's Shelter Open House will be a great opportunity for pets and people to find each other.
Shelter Open House is such a rewarding event as we bring attention to homeless pets across Washington and unite the shelter community so we're stronger together, raising the profile of homeless pets and increasing adoptions across the state. I'm excited to know that we're expanding this event to run the entire month of December this year, so more homeless pets find a loving home in time for the holidays. It was through this event a few years back which inspired our Why Not Me Pets program. We met a couple dogs, I remember, at one shelter who had been there several months. And I met a kitty who was at their shelter for over a year, waiting for a loving home. These pets are homeless through no fault of their own, and yet they wait, wondering, why not me? Why haven't I been adopted? We know the shelters are doing their best to care for the animals. However, it's our shared goal to get these homeless pets into loving homes as soon as possible. And some of these animals need just a little extra attention to get adopted, which is where we come in with our Why Not Me Pets program. As Teresa mentioned, Pawsitive Alliance works with animal shelters and rescue agencies throughout Washington to advance our programs of increasing shelter adoptions, increasing affordable spay-neuter, and increasing pet retention. This next video highlights a few of our partner organizations. We work across Washington where we are needed most and can make a difference to improve the lives of cats and dogs in need. And we can only do this with your support, year in and year out. Pawsitive Alliance is unique in this effort, as we exist to amplify helping the already homeless pets and preventing more pets from becoming homeless. We do this in 3 ways: increasing shelter adoptions, increasing access to affordable spay and neuter surgeries, and keeping people and their pets together through our pet retention efforts. And these 3 things combined will help us meet our vision of a healthy and happy home for every cat and dog in need.
During this pandemic, our Why Not Me Pets program has been going strong. At the beginning of the year, we started a new media partnership with Seattle CBS affiliate Cairo TV 7. Through their on-air segments and social media pieces, some of our Why Not Me Pets have been seen by over 500,000 people. The Why Not Me Pets program has grown to include shelters and rescues throughout the state, and we know that the program works, even for pets far from Seattle. One couple drove all the way to Whitman County after seeing a pet featured on Cairo's New News. City Dog Magazine is also helping to spread the word about Why Not Me Pets, even our Why Not Me Cats. This too has resulted in successful forever homes for some of those pets with barriers to adoption. We have had over 300 pets go through this highly successful program, and with the continued support of Healthy Paws Pet Foundation, we hope to see another 300 Why Not Me Pets find their perfect people.
Hi there, and welcome back here on Cairo 7. We are with Hero right here in studio with Greyhound Pets. I'm with Teresa Marks from Pawsitive Alliance and Martha Faulkner with Greyhound Pets. This is Hero. Tell us about this guy who needs a home.
Okay, well, Hero is a sweetheart. He's 3.7 years old, so 3 years, 7 months. He's been with us since last July, so he's been with us over 7 months. And he is a Greyhound. He's an ex-racer, retired racer, and we think he stopped racing due to the fact that he had a toe injury. So we had to have a couple toes amputated. But he's a sweet boy. He's looking for a loving home. Basically, if you can give him a short walk on soft surfaces, he would love it.
Tell us about Pawsitive Alliance and how you're related to this and these. Hero needs a hero, right?
Yes,
Right.
exactly. So Pawsitive Alliance works with people throughout the state to help animals that have a little extra need find their homes. So our Why Not Me Pets program has about 35 partners that are active right now across the state. And we look for animals like Hero that have, you know, a little problem that maybe they don't work out great
Right.
for everyone, but they have that perfect person out there waiting for them.
All right. Thank you, ladies, for coming, and let's get Hero a home.
Thank you.
Hero and other underdog pets need a superhero like you. Visit the hashtag WhyNotMePets page at PawsitiveAlliance.org. You can consider giving one of these special pets a second chance.
There are many Why Not Me pets available for adoption. I've been highlighting a few behind me this evening, but to visit them all, please go to our website, PawsitiveAlliance.org, under available Why Not Me pets to see them all. And please, please share their stories with your friends. You never know who might be the perfect home for one of these Why Not Me pets. You could make their perfect match. Pawsitive Alliance serves the pets, people, and places of Washington where there is need and people we can partner with. This can mean serving the most vulnerable pets, such as community cats in a county, city, or neighborhood. It can mean offering financial aid to people who love their pets but can't afford a spare neuter surgery or the necessary vet care. It can also mean bringing resources to the places that need it most, such as the region with high rates of homeless pets or high rates of stray animals without pet ID or little attention to adoption opportunities. This next video highlights a caretaker of a community cat colony, which means a group of outdoor cats without a specific owner, but someone is caring for them. This video shows the cats before we helped them, and the images are sad, I'll warn you, but it does end positively for these animals.
Five down there. I feed 3 over there. Then I got a spot over here where I feed where the babies come. We're feeding because the camp here wouldn't feed, and the babies couldn't get into the garbage cans, and the big cats were in the garbage cans, and the babies were always around the outside, and then they'd die, and then I was burying baby cats. And this gal moved over here, and she fed, and she got me involved. And now, when she died, I made her a solemn promise that I would take care of the kittens that she was taking care of. And so when she died last October, I took over, and I've been feeding ever since. Here, because I've been feeding them, I'm afraid next year there's going to be more cats. And I've got several of them spaded and neutered, and several have died. We've got disease, we've got an eye disease, we have a lung disease, we've got scabies. I've got a cat in here that's got scabies. My personal cat got scabies from those cats. And so that's just the way it works around here. I'm basically the Pied Piper.
There are so many individuals like Art, who you just saw in this video, who are caring for and coming to the aid of cats and dogs in need. We exist to help them and those animals. Our goal is to identify areas of need and bring resources to address that need. And we are able to do this by partnering with compassionate individuals, businesses, and organizations, and through the support of people like you and your meaningful contributions. We are a volunteer-driven and donation-driven organization. Without funds for spay and neuter, we simply cannot do that spay and neuter. Without supporters donating pet supplies, we don't have supplies to hand over to a pet owner in need, be it a blanket, flea medication, a collar, or a leash. So you can understand how important our supporters are, as well as our partners. So again, please visit our website right now, make a meaningful contribution, and I'm going to hand over the mic to our partners over at the Feral Cat and Spay Neuter Project.
Amy Ferguson, and I'm the Executive Director of Feral Cat Spay Neuter Project. We are a high-quality, high-volume spay neuter clinic for cats only, located just north of Seattle in Linwood. And we have been working with Pawsitive Alliance for several years now, and what started off as funding to help bring spay neuter to underserved areas has blossomed now into a program that actually helps to cover the cost of surgeries for clients that come into our clinic that simply cannot afford even our prices. And so since the start of that program, we've been able to provide free of charge spay neuter for over 200 people. And the impact that has on somebody's life is tremendous. When you go to a vet to get spay neuter services, it can run you $400, $500, even $600. And for so many people out there, especially right now, they just simply don't have that kind of money. So when they come into our clinic, we are able to give them high quality care at an incredibly affordable price. But even for some people, that $25 just isn't in their budget. And so thanks to partners like Pawsitive Alliance, we're able to waive the cost of that surgery so that pet can get the services that it needs, and it can live a happy and healthy life.
We love partnering with Feral Cat Spay Neuter Project, and it's great to hear from Amy, who was our previous executive director before moving over to Feral Cat Spay Neuter Project. She knows our vision well and shared it there at the end. A vision of a healthy and happy home for every cat and dog in Washington. Just close your eyes and picture that. Together we can accomplish that. One part of this is accomplished through spay-neuter, as she described it, to prevent unplanned litters. A second part is helping these pets already homeless by increasing adoptions of shelter animals through our large adoption events and our Why Not Me Pets program, which is helping long-term homeless pets find loving homes. And there is a third element to our efforts, pet retention. We look to add capacity and deliver where it's needed most. And when we learned that a large percentage of cats and dogs who end up in shelters don't have any ID on them, no tag or microchip, making it nearly impossible to find their way home, we knew this was an area where we could offer help, which kicked off our pet ID effort in Central Washington. But we also started offering this to the pets of Seattle's homeless community last year through a new partnership with Seattle Veterinary Outreach, as Teresa will share more about next.
Clinics providing veterinary care for the homeless were also shut down for a period of time during the beginning of the COVID outbreak. These clinics have resumed and are providing support to that community. Late last year, Pawsitive Alliance permanently placed our pet identification tag machine with Seattle Veterinary Outreach to provide tags to those obtaining services. These tags are a big hit. They provide the pets with a little bling while making sure that pets and people can stay together. If you would like to help, you can donate new or gently used pet care items for members of the homeless community at convenient drop-off locations around the Seattle metro area. Denny's Pet World in Kirkland, Pet Central in Kent, Home Street Bank in the U Village, and Northeast Veterinary Hospital in Seattle. You can also visit our Amazon wish list and donate directly.
Since we formed in 2005, we adjust our activities within our 3 programs of adoption, spay neuter, and pet retention to address the needs of cats and dogs today. In 2005, we had puppies and kittens coming out of our ears as shelters and rescues across the state. To address this, we did 2 things. We started and held adoption events, large-scale adoption events, the first of their kind, and had these events in cities across Washington to help the already homeless find a loving home. Paired with that, we started and grew spay-neuter programs in order to stem the tide of unplanned litters and those animals ending up in the shelters. In 2012, we created Shelter Open House, the first statewide event to highlight homeless pets, which inspired our Why Not Me Pets program to help amazing homeless pets like Jingle here behind me. Some of these animals in our Why Not Me Pets program have been waiting months or even years to find a loving home. Through our work, what we do know is that income is not a measure of love for an animal, but it can impact the care an animal receives. To help low-income and homeless pet owners, we offer free or low-cost spay and neuter and pet ID for their animals. And I'm proud of our new effort starting this year with your donations to fill a critical gap for cats and dogs, which Teresa is going to tell us more about next.
Our most exciting news of 2020 is the addition of the Pawsitive Lifeline Fund. This fund supports veterinary services for our area's most vulnerable pets and people, the homeless. Through our partnership with Seattle Veterinary Outreach, we are identifying those homeless pet caretakers who need diagnostics and veterinary services above what can be provided at a one-day clinic. The need is great, as Seattle has the third largest homeless population in the U.S., and it is estimated that 10% of the homeless have pets. These pets are instrumental in helping many of these individuals overcome their current economic situation and have been shown to vastly improve the chances of rising above homelessness. Our goal is to help these pets and people stay together. If you choose to donate to Pawsitive Alliance as a part of this online auction, a portion of your donation will go to this fund. You will be helping a segment of our community that has little other support.
I am very proud of our new Pawsitive Lifeline Fund that Teresa described, which will provide vital vet care for the pets of our most vulnerable community members, those who are lower income or homeless. And that's where Pawsitive Alliance comes in, identifying these unmet needs to bring relief to both the animal and the person who loves them. Like this kitty who's here next to me, behind me on Zoom, we met this cat through our partnership with Seattle Veterinary Outreach. At that time, she was not spayed and she kept going into heat. So she was a bear to be around, and she was acting very aggressive to her person, who was homeless. Now she and her person were getting ready to move into transitional housing. However, there's no way this could happen with an unspayed female who was looking for love. So we stepped in and worked with our partners to get her spayed and get her the additional vet care she needed, as she had never seen a vet before. We have also identified a number of other potential animals to help through this new fund. Many have dental needs, actually. If any of you have ever provided dental care for your animals, as I have, you know dental procedures can usually range in the hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars range. And as I said earlier, we know that income is not a measure of love for an animal, but it can impact the care that that animal receives. Please help us fill this gap in providing vital veterinary care and diagnostics for the pets of our homeless and low-income community members. Our goal tonight, in conjunction with the auction, is to raise $25,000. Please donate tonight. Raise your paw, as we like to call it, with me and say, I am going to help a pet in need, because you can. Your dollars will make the difference. Also, we have received a match tonight, so donations made will be matched up to $2,500 total, which is fantastic. That's a great head start on our donation goal tonight. We can't be together at our annual gala as we typically are in the fall, but our life-giving work continues, but it can only be done with your support. We don't accomplish any of our work alone. It is all through partnerships, volunteers, and your donations. Your donation will provide a spay-neuter surgery. It can offer pet ID to help a lost pet get home. It may be that donation that allows us to say yes to a pet who needs a life-changing surgery, like this kitty here, helping not just her, but also her person. Please go online now and make a meaningful contribution, be it $15 or $1,500. Every dollar is appreciated and put to work. And we are a small organization with little overhead, doing big things for cats and dogs in our state. So we know how to stretch every dollar. From me and the animals, thank you so much for your support. Now for some final words from Teresa and acknowledgement of those who helped put this event together tonight.
Please know that Pawsitive Alliance will be here for the people and pets of Washington. I was in animal welfare during the housing bubble collapse of 2007-2008, and we didn't see the full impact until months and years later. We can hope that we don't see increased owner surrenders as people are forced to move and lose their homes. We hope that we don't see more kittens and puppies enter local shelters as people cannot afford spay and neuter services. We hope that we do not see an increase in those left homeless or unable to afford veterinary care. However, we don't know what the future holds. This is why your donation and support today are so important. If you can do so, please donate today. If you are looking for a gift or something nice for yourself, check out our great auction items donated by businesses to support our work.
Hi, I'm Mary Shoemaker. I'm co-president of Pawsitive Alliance. Cha-Cha and I want to thank you all for attending our happy hour to kick off our first virtual auction. The auction this year is replacing our gala, and we really are missing being able to see all of you in person, but we hope to see you next March 2021. I want to say a big thank you to all of our sponsors. Let's start out with thanking our event sponsors, June Chang and Home Street Bank. Our event sponsors help offset the costs of the event so that more money can be raised to support our programs. I also want to say thank you to our annual sponsors. Without them, we would not be able to reach as many animals throughout the state of Washington with our programs. I want to encourage all of you to please think about shopping or using the services of our sponsors, because by helping them, support them, that helps support Pawsitive Alliance and other animal welfare organizations in our community. Lastly, I want to thank our board members, our staff members, our advisory council, and also our volunteers who have helped us out throughout the year. Thank you very much. Without all of your hard work, our programs would not be where they are. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and that when you check out our online auction, that you find lots of fun things to bid on for yourself and your furry friends. And don't forget that the holidays are coming up. Many of the items will make excellent gifts.
Thank you again for attending and for your support.
Thank you for celebrating with us. 2020 has been a challenging year for so many of us, but Pawsitive Alliance is proud of what we have accomplished and are excited about 2020 and all we can do with your support. Before I go, I'd like to introduce you to Jupiter, another one of our lovely available Why Not Me pets. Jupiter is an older gentleman available for adoption at Pawsitive Safe Haven. Again, if you haven't already, please visit our website. That's where you can make donations to our programs. You can visit our available Why Not Me pets and share their stories. And that's where you can find information to enjoy the online auction that we have going. That ends our time together, but we will leave the chat window open for a few minutes in case there are any comments or questions. Please also feel free to reach out to us via email at info@pawsitivealliance.org. And I hope you follow our activities on our website and Facebook page. Thank you. Please be well, stay safe, and have a good night. I hope you have enjoyed the stories we shared this evening. We're just leaving the Zoom chat window open. If you have any final questions or comments, same with Facebook Live. You can always email us if you have questions at info@pawsitivealliance.org. And you can always find us on Facebook also and reach us that way. Hope you were inspired by what you saw tonight and enjoyed the celebration. Please go over to our auction website and you can make donations directly there. That's where you can also look through the many wonderful auction items that have been donated and bid on those through October 18th. And we do have a match tonight. So donations raised up to $2,500 total will be back matched this evening. Last I checked on our website, we're nearing $2,000. So would love it if you're inspired to give. Now is a great night to do that. So again, go to our website. The auction link is being posted in chats. You can always find it at pawsitivealliance.org. And please reach out to us. Don't forget to buy your wines through Northwest Cellars. Just put Pawsitive Alliance labeled wines in the comments so we can receive some funds from those purchases. And we'll also be posting tonight's video online once we get that wrapped up. So you can always find that on our website if you want just a feel-good moment. I know these dark days are ahead of us for the winter, and I know those stories had me smiling. So let's see. We're going to get, I'm just looking at the chat box, see if there's any outstanding questions. It's been great to see you all on there. Feel free to reach out if you have some pet supplies you want to donate to our pet supply drive. You can also ask your local pet store if they want to sponsor a pet supply donation bin. And just reach out to us at info@pawsitivealliance.org if you want some information to help with the pet supply drive. So thank you so much, and I love the chats going in there. Forgotten Dogs Rescue has been mentioned. We love partnering with you and the many shelters and rescues working hard every day for the pets in need across Washington and the people like you all who love them so much. So would love it if we were all in the same room together, but let's raise our glasses, say cheers to 15 years, and let's kick off the next 15 years strong. Thanks, everyone. Stay well. I look forward to the time I can see you again in person, and have a good night. We're going to sign out. Take care. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.